Good afternoon, everyone. I hope you guys are doing great. I just want to use this medium to talk about a very crucial topic that is dear to my heart, and that is human trafficking. Sometimes I think it is very necessary for us to understand the meaning of every word. And when we say human trafficking, what do we really mean? For me, it is the action or the practice of illegally moving or transporting people from one country to another for the purpose of forced labors and sexual exploitation. And I would like to relate these things to Africa, especially. And I would want to say, based on the things that I've understand pertaining to life, that when the Bible says that my people perish for lack of knowledge. Now, if I have to explain that, what really makes people to perish is not because there is no money. What really makes people to perish is not because there is no opportunity. What makes people to perish? It is the lack of information. And I'm going to tell you that Africa right now should come up with the ability of embracing information because information rules the world. Many of us has been a victim of this thing called, in quote, human trafficking, one way or the other. Firstly, let me talk about our women. Majorly, our men are part of it, but I can say women are people that can easily be taken advantage of. And I will say this beyond any reasonable doubt that many of us has been lied to, many of us has been deceived, many of us has been, they have manipulated our mind. They have persuaded us to accept the things that we don't supposed to accept. And they have also used our kind of situation to take advantage of us. How can you be involved in a thing that have caused people a lot of pain? Now, I'm going to tell you the negative things that human trafficking does to the life of an individual. One, it brings shame. Not only that, two, it brings in depression. And not only depression, it has strained a lot of relationship. Not only that, I can use the word human trafficking in bracket is slavery. That people, because they have an advantage over you, they brainwashed you, they lie to you, they manipulate you for their own selfish gains and selfish interest. And then you fall a victim of it. And then you find yourself in a place you don't supposed to. Let me relate some certain things to you. Precisely in Europe, many people have come to Europe on the idea that I'm looking for a greener pasture. And then because of the circumstances surrounding their paternity, they decide to accept things that they don't supposed to, because all what they can see is an illusion that there is gold out there. I will relate something to you biblically. When God created Adam, he made everything possible for him. There was food in the garden, and God said, take care of it. But at that time, God put him to work. Now, I want to tell you something. You can be given a crown, but it takes work for you to maintain it. You can be given an empire, but it takes work for you to maintain it. You might not even have an empire, but you can work to create an empire. But I want to tell somebody right now that there are things you should not accept because life is a function of your decision. At the end of the day, what really makes life good or bad is the decisions and the choices you make. And many of us has made the wrong choices. How can somebody come to you and tell you, you know what, I just like you, you are beautiful, and at the end of the day, I have a job somewhere waiting for you abroad. They're all crap. Right, they're lies. Experience, they say, is the best teacher. Many of us have made multiple mistakes, and that is what we call experience. And I can tell you without apology that at the end of the day, we are being taken advantage of, we are being misused, we are being disrespected, all because we accepted things that are wrong. Human trafficking, I condemn it. It is not good. I can tell you, most times people are ambitious, in the sense I want to have a house, a mansion, and they want to take the shortest route. And then when they came into that country, they discovered that it was not really what they think. And that is why there is an adage which always goes in Africa, Nigeria precisely, that what an elderly man sees when he's sitting down, even when a child stands, he can't see it. I want you guys to understand that the damage that human trafficking can cause to us as mortals. I have the privilege of relating with people, having some conversations, and then I realized that many of these victims have been in pain, and it's not really their wish, but because of the circumstances they find themselves. And they're not having the full knowledge of where they are going. That's another problem. The Bible says, study to show thyself approved. Listen, when you have the right information, it is very hard for people to manipulate you. If you are conscious of every information and you can maintain them standardistically, at the end of the day, it will be difficult for people to use you. I don't want to go in a more deeper way, but I want to tell you the pain that these things cause is very detrimental to our head. How can you imagine a human being like you, because they have the platform, or let us call it opportunities, to bring you into a Western world, and all they know how to do is to control your life. Not only control your life, is to abuse you, take advantage of you, make you feel worthless, lower your self-esteem. And this was not the game plan when you were leaving home. Listen, when you come to the Western world, you realize that even those things you people think exist doesn't really exist. Number one, the idea that you can make it in abroad very fast. Very true. It's possible. You can also make it in Africa very fast. There are living testimonies to that. There are people in your surrounding that you can look. And at the end of the day, I always tell people, if you want to be great, do what great people do. And great people, they work hard, they wake up early. They are very conscious of where they are going, and they don't like the idea of shortcut. That's what great people do. So we should not be afraid of working hard. And then we should work smart too at the end of the day. So for me, human trafficking is a pain in the ass. And I just want to tell you that you can break free from it, because why? You choose to accept it in the first time, and you can also choose and say enough is enough. I don't want it. And many years ago, I was in the kind of platform where I see people in the street, and then all what they can do is to spread or give their body to get something in return. And then what pains me the most is that beautiful people. These are people with goal and ambition, but at the end of the day, because of the kind of society we came from, because we have this mentality that we have people to impress, and that caught up with them because they didn't really have the knowledge about life, what life really is. The life is season. You can't be poor today, but tomorrow you can be rich. And what sustains your wealth and your success is integrity. That the ability for you to stand still and no one is pointing fingers at you and accusing you wrongly of things, even when they accuse you that you can come and free. That's what really matters. And that's why the Bible says, what shall it profit a man when he gains his own word and loses his soul? Please, I just want to remind people, say no to human trafficking. I know I'm not going deep into it, but I just want to tell you right where you are, say no to human trafficking. It is draining, it is disgusting, it has caused a lot of pain, incontrovertible things, and I can say, put an end to it. Put an end to human trafficking. There can be people doing it, but you can decide to say yes or no. Don't be a partaker of it. Love yourself so much that you don't have to trade yourself for money. And love yourself so much that you should not allow yourself to be used by people. And love yourself so much. If the people who are trying to use you to get those things, please, they should put their life on the line. And at the end of the day, you will realize the decision you made might not give you the results you want now, but later you will look back and say, yes, I'm happy I made that decision. That's what I want to encourage somebody to do. God bless you. Be wise.